You are watching Hot Indonesia with Yenny, William, and me. Here's hot topic number 2, free meal mess. The images were shocking to some, not surprising to others. The head of the country's free school lunch program was arrested June 3rd for corruption, the day after he was fired from the president's priority program. This capped more than a year of problems for the well-intentioned effort. Among them, thousands of sick kids from hygiene issues. New program leaders pledged to do better. We've talked about this several times, William, if you've watched, and let me go to you first. As a food guy, is this a noble project, as I believe, that just needed a lot better execution?
The intention is noble, but my major concern is about how to handle the food safety. While the rest is easy, as long as you have rice, you have protein, you have some fruit, veggie. It should be. We don't have to generally count in detail on the nutrient, but you have those factors. Is 4 sehat 5 sempurna. Yeah. There's milk. That should be fine. But my major concern is especially to clean the food container.
And that's been the problem with the hygiene and the food poisoning.
Because
the way you cook them as well, right? Huh? The way you cook them as well.
Yeah. No, the way you cook and the way you store, right? For instance, just an example, the airline, you never cook and send to the plane. It has to be blast chilled for 24 to 48 hours.
Really?
And portion, then send to the plane. That is to just stop the bacteria. But if you cook and you hold it within 1 hour, it's definitely be contaminated.
And you have experience.
Hours. I didn't know that.
He has experience because you handled Garuda's food program a few years ago.
Can you imagine Garuda is one person sick during the flight?
Oh, it'd be horrible. Yeah.
You have to learn.
Bad publicity, everything. Yeah. That is from the food side. And that's why I want to ask you that specifically. Now, operationally, it was rolled out too fast. Serving too many people. I mean, tens of millions of kids needed more planning. But the president, we know, wanted to make good on his campaign promise. Yenny, leaders have been replaced. What else now to get it going right?
Like William said, I mean, this is he's got a noble intention. But again, we need to look at our own capacity, This is such a massive program, and you want to roll it out immediately, nationwide program, without the capacity to back it up. And, this is the main problem. And I'm very glad that the new head of the MBG, the free lunch program, actually said that she's going to scale down the operations and the program. And she's going to focus more on the poorest areas of Indonesia.
Yeah, the place where you need more nutrition
exactly.
the most.
Because why do you want to feed all the rich kids in the big cities, for example? What has been happening is that these kids, they've got all these food allowances from their rich parents. Mm-hmm. They buy their own food, or they bring food from home. So what they do is they take the free lunch and give them to their drivers, to their nannies, etc. Yeah,
that's happening.
That's what's happening.
That's not a good thing.
So instead of spending all this money on food that will be wasted, we should put it on industry that needs incentive. Like I said before, industry that needs incentive that would create jobs for the parents of the poor kids.
And the corruption arose because of the huge scale. They awarded contracts to people setting up kitchens who probably had no experience.
No skills, yeah.
But just because they knew someone. And I'm not tarring everybody with the same brush, but it happened. There are documented cases.
So we need transparency when it comes to the procurement.
That's the main
contracts given out to whom? What are they? What is the output?
And they did reveal some.
It's very difficult to control with the level of competency of the caterer.
Yeah,
they are not all experienced.
There's no national government standard for food service on this
scale. You can't do it instantly.
Yeah, and the scale of it was too many people, and so they already before this arrest of the former leader, they had cut out the weekends and certain parts of the program to scale it down. So the new leaders are saying we're only going to do less. Instead of 20 million, we're going to do maybe 5 million at first, or
Well,
10 million.
hopefully.
Yeah. Okay. Now, one last point on the food, William, is the issue of hygiene. And I want to get this important because parents are really concerned about this. Is it a solvable problem or impossible because of the enormity of the lunches served?
Because the numbers, each caterer has to cater like 500 to 1,000. Look at the tray, at the food tray. They have to wash all by hand.
There's no automatic machines like in other
And
countries.
I don't know how to dry those tray after being washed clean. The washing detergent are good, but by the time they have to stack, they're all pure, totally dry, or there's some moisture.
But these are
around.
basic food service issues in any country.
Yeah, but there's a level of the operation.
Okay.
But this one is, some of these caterer are just on the second or the third tier of the area.
Some look very dubious. You look at all the, all this contents that's coming up in the social media, people reporting about,
Yeah, the actual plate of food.
the kitchens conditions.
There's no
so scary.
strict standard.
So they have to go in and what? Establish a standard and
but
enforce.
to control that much of
and
the caterer.
inspectors like you. If you made a spot visit to a kitchen, you would be shocked, I bet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to go in there, I think. Okay, so the last point then is there needs to be a better and more transparent thing about the money because it's taxpayers' money.
15 billion.
Yeah.
$15 billion.
Yeah,
of
dollars,
our money.
15 billion, because the government needs to win back the public's
$1
trust.
trillion per day.
Yes, 1 trillion per day.
Because that's their
Huge amount
kids.
of money.
Your kids are getting sick, and that is not cool. And before we go on this segment, I want to take a minute to talk about one project that we were talking about before the show. William Wongso now has a product that is on sale in the United States. I have personally been looking for a national product to promote as Indonesia's food product, and his product is rendang, which is usually beef, and it's made in coconut cream with certain spices. It's a unique thing to Indonesia. And where are they on sale, and why did you do this real quick?
Look, Indonesia is too diverse when we talk about the food culture. So I must pick one to capture the attention to the world. The complexity, the pride of the rendang. Everyone in Indonesia, they know rendang, right?
Yes, of course.
Outside they don't, though. Outside
everybody know.
Yeah.
So if we can produce it just to show one complexity, and they will think, what next? But to produce, you cannot export beef from Indonesia. The only thing that we can export that I want to keep the authenticity is the spice base.
The flavor.
No, yeah, the seasoning and the coconut cream. You cannot do rendang without good coconut cream. That has to come from Indonesia. But it takes a long process because we are the only food product from Indonesia produced in US under the USDA and FDA.
Which are very strict in talking about hygiene.
It's take process.
And it's called William Wongso's rendang, simple. And one packet costs about how much?
$30.
$30 a packet.
You need to sell it in like Whole Foods or,
we plan.
Trader Joe's.
Yeah, no, once
my ambition is to cover 54 states.
Okay,
Yes.
good luck on that. Best
Thank
wishes
you.
to you, sir.
And rendang has been nominated, it's been
Designated.
elected,
Yeah.
Yes.
whatever, as the
CNN.
best food
Yeah.
in the world.
I remember that. Yeah. And now we have a product to promote. Okay. More Hot Indo is ahead. Travel dreams, why most Indonesians by far have never left the country.